Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. I'm excited to finally do a video about one of the most frequent questions that I get being plant-based, and that is, where do you get your protein? So first I'm going to start by saying I'm not a nutritionist at all. I do not have any degree in nutrition. Everything that I've learned has been through working with healthcare professionals or reading through my own time in certain textbooks and materials. The information that I'm going to give to you today comes from two of the most awesome books that I've ever read. First, we're going to start with Proteinaholic. I know it's backward in the video, but I'll put a link in the tab with the video. So Proteinaholic is written by Garth. Really great book about overconsumption of protein and why we feel as Americans we need to eat so much protein. The next book that I'm going to refer to is How Not to Die. This is the nutrition Bible of being plant-based. It's written by Michael Gregor. It's got a lot of great information. Both books have awesome studies, references. They're loaded with it in the back of the book. So I definitely suggest that you check them out. So moving on to the next topic, what is protein? So we have so many misconceptions around protein, such as overconsumption of protein is the key to weight loss, and that animal protein is the healthiest protein on the planet, and carbs are the ultimate enemy. Do not eat carbs because they're going to make you completely fat. And unfortunately, all that information is false. So let's take the time to talk about what protein is. So we're going to keep this super simple so it's easy to understand. Proteins are major molecules that are building blocks of all cells. Proteins are made up of amino acids, and there are thousands of different proteins in the body, making them essential to life. Amino acids come from different foods such as eggs, chicken, beans, lentils, and nuts. So according to the World Health Organization, Americans consume 102 grams of protein per day or more. And this is due to industry influence, because we're led to believe, and we're saturated with information everywhere saying you need to have more protein, drink more milk, eat more chicken, and when in actuality our body needs so much more than that. The USDA recommends on average that women have 46 grams of protein and men have 56 grams of protein. Now, this is going to vary per person. If you're an athlete or if you don't really have that much of an active lifestyle, you may need a little bit more or a little bit less to accommodate what your body needs. But on average, 102 grams is far exceeding the recommended amount of 46 grams or 56 grams, depending if you're a man or a woman. So I'm going to show you this written down to kind of give you a perspective of how much you eat and how much protein may be in what you eat. So we're going to talk quick about a basic American Western diet. So let's say for breakfast you have 2 whole eggs, that's 12 grams of protein. 4 ounces of cow's milk, that's 4 grams of protein. For lunch, you decide to have 4 ounces of chicken, that's 35 grams of protein. 1 cup of broccoli, that's 2.4 grams of protein, and a half cup of brown rice, that's 2.5 grams of protein. So for most people, their breakfast into their lunch, they've already have 55.9 grams of protein. So you've already exceeded your amount of protein if you're a woman, and you're getting close to exceeded the recommended amount of protein if you're a man. So let's look at a plant-based diet and see how much protein is consumed there. So basic plant-based diet, we're going to say you have a half a cup of oatmeal in the morning, that's 5 grams of protein. 4 ounces of almond milk, that's 2 grams. A half cup of mixed berries, that's 0.5 grams. Now we're going to dig into lunch. So you have 2 tablespoons of hummus, 2 grams. You're going to have 3 ounces of broccoli, that's 3 grams of protein. A half cup of brown rice, that's 2.5 grams of protein, and a half cup of garbanzo beans, 6 grams of protein. So when you total all that up, you're looking at 21 grams of protein, and that's just breakfast and lunch. You haven't even gotten into dinner yet. You still haven't reached that recommended amount of protein, but you've consumed a large amount of food. So I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. Take a look at it and kind of view and compare it for yourself. So after taking a look and being able to compare those two different lifestyles, you can see that the Western diet lifestyle, is really heavily based on the consumption of protein, when the plant-based lifestyle is incorporating a whole bunch of variety of different things, getting your protein from many different sources rather than just animal based. So one thing you may be thinking, looking at the plant-based diet, you're saying, hey, whoa, that's a whole lot of carbs, and we're taught that carbs equal fat, which that is not true, because the average person can hold up to 15 grams of carbs per kilogram in total body weight in the form of glycogen, and can add up to 500 additional grams before turning it into fat. Our bodies don't store excess protein. Excess protein either gets pushed out of the body or it gets turned into fat, and fat gets stored as fat. That's why it doesn't really make sense when the industry tells you, hey, if you want to lose weight, you need to consume more protein. Hey, if you're looking to put on weight, you need to consume more protein. It doesn't really make sense. So one of the most powerful things that I read out of the Proteinaholic book is this simple quote. It says, some people think a plant-based whole food diet is extreme. 500,000 people a year will have their chest open up and a vein taken from their leg and sewn to their coronary artery. Some people would call that extreme. There are so many people that are suffering from certain health conditions that can easily be turned around by just changing your diet. And I'm not here to push a plant-based diet or vegan, vegetarian. What I am trying to do is make everyone aware that there are so many other nutritional items out there to consume that can help your body thrive and be the best that it can be, and help you live the best, most optimal life you can have. So with that in mind, I thank you so much for listening. I hope you were able to learn something about where we get our protein. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to message us, let us know, and thank you so much. See you next time.